relative versus absolute cell addressing. This is a very important topic in Excel, so we're going to discuss it here in some great detail, and we'll be using this throughout the rest of the course. If we look back at our velocity example from before, when we copied the cell D5 using the fill handle down, just like we did there, notice the cells incremented. We copied cell B5, C5, but it ended up in B6, C6, all the way down to B9, C9, which is what we wanted it to do, right? As we copied it down, the formula changed relative to the cells around it. That's called relative cell addressing. Now, if we would have copied this sideways, it's going to give us an error, but I'll move it over, right? Notice it copied and went to B5, C5, it went to C5, D5, D5, E5, all right? It incremented over the columns, the same as before, except crossways. If we wanted to go diagonal, we can also do that, and it'll keep doing it. Relative cell addressing. Now, most of the time, let me clear this out, when we're dealing with constants, we want to use what we call an absolute cell reference. So in our example here, let's say we wanted to convert our velocity into feet per second. The factor is 1.467. So our formula, right, equals still distance and divided by time. Now we're going to multiply by our conversion factor. Now, if I just left that as the formula right there, it's going to assume I want to use relative cell addressing and it would increment it. And we'd have incorrect values. So what I do is make that what we call absolute. By hitting F4 on our keyboard, it adds dollar signs in front of both the column and the row. What this is telling Excel is that no matter where I copy this formula, cell B1 is going to stay cell B1. It is not going to relative address that cell. So notice the copy of the formula, I'll slide it down using the fill handle. Even down here in cell E9, I still have B1, all right, because absolute value signs. Told Excel to make this an absolute cell reference. Now, if we just had a dollar sign in front of the B, that means we would keep the column the same. If we had a dollar sign just in front of the 1, we would keep the row the same. So depending on the applications, we can make Excel do what we want. Now, you can add the dollar signs manually if you want, but the easiest way is to choose to let Excel do it by hitting the F4 button. Now, you can also edit it, right? By selecting it, I hit F4 again. It'll toggle through the different options. I'm hitting F4 as I do this, but we want both row and column to be absolute cell reference.